dark, and the thing I like about this painting is I have the actual memory of creating it, and it reached a point where it became an adventure, and the painting started to create its own life, and I wasn't controlling it, so things were coming out of the background, and then slowly this streetscape appeared, and then these two figures emerged in the front, and even though it's quite a dark painting, I actually love it for its honesty, and so this is probably my favourite painting here.
Does it depict somewhere in Phuket or Baton?
Yeah, that's Baton. You hit the nail on the head.
It's a sort of atmosphere of Paris, I think, to me.
Well, there is an element of Paris in Baton.
A romantic element?
Well, I think so. A lot of people would say it's a very romantic place.
It's got a lot of texture to it, like a very traditionalist painting.
Yeah, I think that's what I found so exciting about it, is if you look at a few of the other paintings, they're quite flat on the surface. So with those, I almost have a preconceived concept of how it's going to look, and I'm controlling it. And this is the first time that I kind of put a whole lot of layers in it, and I'd been painting for about 3 hours straight, which is like jogging for 3 hours straight. And so you get into sort of meditative mode by then, and so that was just scraping away, and it started coming forward, and it was exciting stuff. And I like art that's durable in other people's artwork, where if you're sitting in there, you can always see something new and something different. It's not too flat. And I mean, with this one, it looks like there's conversations going on in this bar the whole time. Even this couple moves a bit. Sometimes you don't know if they're moving, if they're hugging. I even noticed the other day, I was like, do they have a child? I thought about that for a while. I like artworks that have stories, that they're not straight stories. You don't know what's going on. You change your mind about them.
Tell us about some of these smaller ones. It looks like you've been sort of sketching on them, and then you've overlaid them or underlaid them with another picture and another picture on with writing and.
Yeah, well, I actually have a pen pal in Australia, but I quite like him. So sometimes I write him really, really long letters, and then because I fancy him, I sort of think, oh, maybe he should, that letter's it's not cool enough. So I rip them up. But I often sketch on them as well, so I don't really want to throw away the letter because I've sketched on them. And then I bring that all together with just little bits and pieces I find in colours. So there's kind of layers of stories and things going on. Often, I mean, this one was sort of the tropical waratah that I started off with. And some images just get etched in your mind, like this little flower girl. Every time I see them, they're just etched. They've always got the same little way they sit and look at you and things, and I always wonder about them, like, what's their reality? How do they feel about us? I know I think she's really cute, and I don't think she should be out on the street. I think she should be at home in bed, but I try to, as an artist, think actually how the person feels who is the subject. So here I've written a little bit of a story about her perspective, and she's just sort of sitting there going, it's been a slow night, maybe I'm getting too old to do this, not cute enough anymore.
Are you sketching or drawing any of these on site in Baton?
Oh yeah, all the time. Like a lot of these are drawn. This is the On and On Hotel where the beach was filmed.
So in Phuket town, yeah.
Yeah, in Phuket town. I mean, I can turn it around if you want. I actually can't, sorry.
And you're going to be painting some here at the hotel, the Boathouse.
Yeah, in the Boathouse. So
painting.
The next series is all going to be about the Boathouse and the guests. And I'm also going to research the history of the Boathouse guests, because apparently there's been some fairly interesting characters that have just walked around here. And the beauty of the Boathouse as well is a lot of the artwork and the photographs on the walls hasn't been changed in years. So they're really faded photos. And I'm going to try and work with those in this collage medium, so actually scanning the old photos and bringing old people into the new environment.
You're a photographer yourself as well?
Yeah, photographer too. Yeah, I first started doing photography because I grew up in a ski resort, and I quite liked the snowboarders, so it was a way to capture their attention by capturing them on camera because they all wanted to look at themselves.
And then do you convert those photos into the paintings?
Yeah, of course, a lot of the time, because I mean, that's why I got into snowboarding and skiing photography, because a lot of the time you just can't capture life when it's moving that quickly. And so it's great to be, especially with digital cameras, because you can just snap away so much these days and it doesn't matter. Whereas I never got into photography earlier because it was too expensive and too long a process. So.
And any other media you're